Hi everybody, it's April Giauque here. I am here to talk about piece together and what that means to me.
I have a question for you. Have you ever put together a puzzle without looking at the picture on the puzzle box? How would you do it? I'm sure you could probably put together the edge pieces and maybe find a few clumps that would work, but as far as getting the whole picture together, not even close. You need that guide to help you work the pieces until the puzzle becomes a masterpiece.
Well, my puzzle story started about 16 years ago when my second son was diagnosed with autism.
I had no idea what the word autism would entail for my life. But as days and years went on, I found out that I had more than just one piece of autism in my puzzle.
I have now 9 children, and 4 of my kids are on the autism spectrum. So that makes it really intriguing. And also, to add to that, I have 2 deaf daughters. And one of my daughters who is deaf also has autism.
That is like adding 10,000 more pieces to this puzzle.
If Rosie learns how to communicate her needs and her wants, then she's going to be able to have so much more independence.
Rosie's pieces, they started like this.
Looking back at my puzzle and knowing the pieces of autism that I knew, how to apply them to someone who is deaf should be the same. When Rosie shuts her eyes, that's it, her language is off. How to keep her attention so I could give her language so that then in turn she could tell me what her needs and what her wants are and were.
Rosie is more like this: imaginative, fun-loving, smiling, happy. She loves spelling her name. Rosie. Rosie.
So I plunged in. I started learning ASL on top of everything else, and my daughter was thriving with the language.
Marianne and April Rose are swimming in language now, and I've put together a few more pieces to our puzzle.
Good job. Okay, which cereal? My curriculum that I called BASE, which stands for Building Advanced Social Education. And the BASE curriculum takes 52 social skills and puts it into a way that teachers can expand on that. They can teach a lesson that can go over 5 days or 2 days, depending on the needs. There's also video modeling, which is another evidence-based practice, to show the students, this is what we need you to do. Here is an example, and then here is a non-example. So then they have the comparison, and then they can see why it's different and why you need to choose the example piece. And I can train teachers to understand how to communicate with their students who have autism spectrum disorders or who might just need a little help.
I've also been a keynote speaker, and I am a transition teacher at Texas School for the Deaf, where I teach social skills, life skills, and communication skills to my students.
This gathering of information, my goals, the things that I set forth in Piece Together are very simple. First of all, it's communication. Next, it's how to talk about and work with the autism side and with the deaf side, the American Sign Language. We're putting that together, blending it, piecing it together so that we can communicate with others. So in a nutshell, I'm still piecing things together and will for the rest of my life till I understand this puzzle, this picture, and what my masterpiece is. Thanks so much for watching.